G'day, it's Lucia. Welcome to my art channel and thank you for being here. Of late I've been working on mixed media, so I thought I'd give that a bit of a break and I thought I'd try something else. I have asked my viewers what you would like to see me create. Wombat from Venom Fluid Art suggested I create a flip cup with a radial swipe. However, as much as I'd like to try that, I will have a bit of a problem as I've never done, well, I've done a radial once before and it was a failure, complete failure. So I'm not very good at those. So I would have to have a few practices. So I thought that today I would do that. So let's get started and see what we can create. The substrate I'll be using is a 20 centimetre MDF square. The pillow paint I'll be using is British Paint's Low Sheen White. And the colours I'll be using are TLP Frost, Matisse Southern Ocean Blue mixed with Paper Mill Iridescent White, TLP Algae, TLP Benevolence, Eye Candy Blue Beetle that you may have heard Wombat and Bubbles rave about in their videos of late. And yes, it truly is a beautiful colour. And finally, Liquitex Deep Violet, just to break the blues a bit. Now, the cell activators I am wanting to use, I don't really have a lot of them left that are still workable. So I'm just going to have a bit of a squeeze. I think the Liquitex Prussian Blue and the Matisse Gold are probably the only ones that I've got that are still okay. So I'll probably use those. Okay, so we might just get started. Just keep in mind that this is kind of a first in a long, long time that I have done a radial. So we'll see how she turns out. Particularly as my last one was pretty much a bit of a disaster. So let's see how we go. So I'm just going to spread the paint out a little bit because I'm not really liking floating pillows much, but I have added quite a bit on this, so I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. Now, in relation to the layering, what I might do is add 2 pigments and then a tube paint and then 2 more pigments and finally the last tube paint. Now, because I haven't used these paints for a while, I'm hoping the consistency is okay. So we'll just take a look. Oh, this one looks a little bit thick. Just going to add some Josonja gloss varnish and water mixed together and see if I can smooth this out a bit. Interestingly, I actually mixed these paints, or most of these paints, about a month ago, so I'm a little surprised that they've thickened up so much in that time. She's still a bit thick, a little too thick, but Bubble says that when they're a little bit thicker, they're better for radial, so let's hope so. And as you can see, she really is thick. I mean, she's really gluggy thick, so maybe that's too thick. And that's after I've mixed the Josonja and water in with it. So you can imagine what it was like beforehand. I'm thinking I might add just a tad more of the Joa or Josonja gloss varnish and water mixed together. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. I don't want to put too much in because otherwise it makes it all varnishy. And then the cells won't hold when I swipe. Now I've changed the order up a little bit. So that was the TLP Benevolence that I've just put down. Now my intention is to use the algae, but unfortunately it is dry, completely dry. So I'm going to have to find a substitute, and that is Okinawa Blue from Eye Candy, which is really thick as well, as you can see. They're all quite thick. Even the deep violet, although it's a little better, just a tad better. I'm going to follow that up with the Blue Beetle from Eye Candy. This is gorgeous. And it's a little bit thick as well. Not too bad. And then it's the TLP Frost, and that's a lot better, as you can see. And finally the Matisse, which is also pretty thick. So I might have to add some Josonja to that. And I'll give that a thorough mixing. Hopefully I won't give it too many bubbles. That's better. Okay. I'm going to use a medium-sized palette knife. And I'm going to dip it into the Liquitex Prussian Blue. Or maybe pour the blue over the palette knife. And then what I'm proposing to do is to add gold stoplights, although that doesn't look much like a gold stoplight, did it? But anyway, that's my intention, and we'll see how we go. I lifted the palette knife a little bit too soon there, but it doesn't matter. I'll just play with the rest because that'll probably go off the edge anyway. We'll see how she goes. That Prussian Blue cell activator is a little bit thick, so it might take a while for them to come through, although they seem to be coming through quite fast, despite that, what I thought. Wow, they're gorgeous. So far so good. I'm just going to play around a bit while it's sinking. I like those cells on the edge there. Ooh, they look a little bit like what Bubbles calls Kraken cells. I'll just bring you down a little bit closer so you can see them. Just adding some paint to the corners because that way the pillow paint will actually flow over the sides a little better. Yeah, wow, those cells are really growing, getting bigger and bigger. Now, for my first time Radial, I'm thinking I did okay, I think. As I said, I could use some more practice, I think. So I might do another one, if not today, then next week. And see what else I can create. In the meantime, I'm going to start spinning this so that I can get that paint off the edges a little bit better. Gee, they're really pretty in the centre there. And that blue is still sinking there. Now, I'm not liking that side there where the white is all that much. I'm just trying to pick up the paint and put it over the top. I like the two top corners, but I don't like the two bottom corners very much. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play, maybe add some swiping, and we'll see if that will improve it. Wow, those cells have certainly grown. They look a little bit wishy-washy in that they're not, I don't know whether they hold in as well as I would have liked them to, and it could be because I've added so much Josonja to some of those pigments because they were quite thick. I'm not sure. Just picking out a little gloopy out of there, so I might just do some finger playing just in some areas, although I'm not really liking that too much, so maybe I'll give that a miss and just use the skewer instead. Yeah, really interesting. They have like distorted a little bit, and like I said, it could be because there's so much Josonja in the pigments. And that blue has really taken over, hasn't it? That's the Matisse Southern Ocean blue. It's really, really taken over. I'm just going to add some little manipulations there. That centerpiece is finally closed up, and the cells have really spread, maybe a little too much now, but it's nice to see the center sink down. So I'm just going to clean the underneath of it now, and I think that's it, and I'll bring you down and give you a close-up look. Okay, here she is in her full glory. Those cells are quite large, and they've really spread out, and they look a bit diseased, to be honest, those purple ones. I love that little corner down the end there, and that one there where the cell activator did its magic. But yeah, the manipulated bit there, yeah, I love that side. It's gorgeous, that bit. Love those cells. These cells aren't too bad. There's a few cracking cells there, but those purple ones in the centre, they look a little bit diseased in my view. Quite interesting, the reaction that we got. And the blue has certainly overtaken, I think. That goldy light, goldy bluey colour there, that would be the blue beetle, I would say, mixed with also the gold cell activator. That purple is interesting, is all I can say. And you can see the frost. A little bit of Okinawa blue mixed in with the Southern Ocean blue. So I think those two together have really made it, have taken it over a little bit, I think. I'm definitely going to need some more practice, I think, with the Radial swipe. So I might give it another go next week. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload the next video. In the meantime, folks, take care, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.